As I mentioned, today we will work on the 3 kg block system. In 3 kg block system, this is the simple model, the very simple model. Now, how to handle 3 kg block problems? I told you a number of times, before you start in friction, you make sure what are the limiting values. For example, if I choose the limiting value here, the limiting value of friction is 0.2 into 2 into 10. A hoga 4 newtons. Any doubt? Any doubt? Now, the limiting value of the friction here is F2 is 0.3 into 5 into 10. Are you clear why I have written 5? Yesterday I told you the reason for this. Now this will become 15 newtons. 15 newtons. 2 frictions. Now I'm entering into the problem. What is my step 1? Can someone guide me? Do you try to remember what is my step 1? You tell me. Yes. Okay, that is fine. Out of that, now, my dear, actually, I was expecting you assume all the 3 as one single block. All the 3 as one single block. Right. And that is 12 kg. And by the way, you are applying a force of how much? 10 newtons. And any friction between 7 kg and floor? No, smooth. So therefore, this is the only external force. Can I ask you a question? Why not I am considering forces of friction between 2 and 3 and 3 and 7? They are internal forces, action reaction gets cancelled. Right. So therefore, in this, the acceleration of the system is going to be 10 by 12 meter per second square. That is the first step. I want a confirmation from every student. Have you understood till step 1? Yes or no? Confirmation. Confirmation from Tarnaka students. I want confirmation from Tarnaka students about this. Understood. Thank you, boys. Thank you, girls. Right. Now I am moving on to the step 2. I am moving on to step 2. What is my step 2? Estimation of friction. Okay, now I am in this acceleration. I will study the motion of I will study the motion of 2 kg block in the reference frame of these accelerations. 10 by 12 means 5 by 6. Now, if I am in the reference frame moving with an acceleration of 5 by 6 meter per second square, What are the different forces that I am going to see in case of 2 kg block? One minute. Of course, right. You are right. One, the actual original force, which is 10 newtons. The other is the pseudo force, which is how much? Mass into acceleration. Mass of that body into its acceleration. Therefore, 2 into 5 by 6 is 5 by 3 Newton. Now, these are the motion causing forces actually. Net is 10 minus 5 by 3. अरे यार 5 by 3 क्या होगा? Hardly it is 1.33. 10 minus 1.33, nearly slightly above 8 newtons. My dear, what is the opposition maximum that you could offer to this block? What maximum opposition that you could offer to this block? 4. Now tell me, what is your opinion now? The net force as absorbed by you in from 2 kg block in the reference frame of 3 kg block is that it has a rightward net force of slightly more than 8. Whereas the maximum opposition is 4. So what nature of friction is involved? Kinetic. So my first comment is relative motion exists. Relative motion exists between 3 kg and 2 kg block. Confirmation clear? Now I need to confirm one more. Now let me see what is happening to the 7 kg block. Now I am studying 7 kg block. So on 7 kg block, what is the pseudo force? On 7 kg block, what is the pseudo force? Are here the same thing, 7 into 5 by 6. Nearly 35 by 6. Nearly 6 Newton. Nearly 6 newtons. What is the maximum opposition here? Up to 15 newtons. But the motion tending force is nearly 6 newtons. So what is going to be the nature of the friction here? Static. So what is your confirmation? No relative motion between what and what? 3 kg and 7 kg block. So I have done 2 steps. Now I got a complete picture. Now what is my step 3? Now my step 3 is very clear. I am changing the color first. Step 3 is I have clearly understood there is a relative motion between 2 kg and 3 kg and no relative motion between 3 kg and 7 kg. Now draw the 2 kg block clearly. Now here is your 2 kg block. Now the force here acting is 10 newtons. The opposition here is 4 newtons. Since there is no motion, relative motion between 3 kg and 7 kg, I'll take the rest of the system as a 10 kg block system. And the force on this system is 4 newtons. So therefore, acceleration of 2 kg block is simply 10 minus 4 by 2, 6 by 2, 3 meter per second square. Whereas the acceleration on 3 kg or on 7 kg block is 4 by 10.4 meter per second square. Point 4 meter per second square. Are we clear? Pakka? Sure? Next. Step 1, step 2, step 3. So I have given you the accelerations respectively. So this is how you will handle a 3 kg, 3 block system. By the way, do you have any doubt on this? I just want to have a confirmation from all the sides. Room number 102. Room number 102, confirmation is required. Have you understood? Yes or no? Tarnaka. Aleke, sir, right. Tarnaka, no, sir, no doubts. Thank you, boys. Girls. Tarnaka girls, sir, they want to re-explain the free body diagram in second step. Thank you. In the second step, particularly here, you are studying all that in the reference frame of an observer who is moving with 5 by 6 meter per second square. With respect to this observer, the pseudo force on this is mass into acceleration, 7 into 5 by 6, 35 by 6, nearly 6, but leftwards. That is the only motion tending force. So that is opposed by friction, but friction has a limit till 15 newtons. But your motion tending force is hardly 6 newtons. So what nature of friction exists between 3 kg and 7 kg? Static. So therefore, that allowed me to understand. No, sir, the above one. Right, no issues. The above one also, I am studying everything related to 2 kg block in the reference frame of 3 kg block. In the 3 kg block reference frame, the pseudo force is 5 by 6 into 2. It becomes 5 by 3. Closely some 1.33. Already there is an external force in the diagram, 10. So net is 10 minus this number, above 8 newtons. But the maximum limiting value of the friction across 2 and 3 is 4. So therefore, what nature of friction will come into the picture between 2 and 3? Kinetic friction. So therefore, my conclusions are 2 will move relative to 3, 3 will not move relative to 7. Accordingly, step 3 I have modified. I have done everything with respect. Step 3 with respect to ground. All with respect to ground. Yes, I want confirmation again. I want confirmation again. Girls, yes, sir, we understood. Thank you. No one, welcome. Right. Right. Okay. So we'll move on to the next model. Yes, this is the model which I wish to discuss. So basically, this is bit next level when compared to the previous versions. Right. Arya, you give me whatever it is. My first criteria is to study the limiting values of frictions. So here the limiting value of friction is 0.5 into, by the way, what is A? 1 into 10. This is 5 newtons. Here the friction limiting values are 0.6 into 2 plus 1, 3 into 10, 18 newtons. And the coefficient of friction F3 is 0.2 into total is 6 into 10. That will become 12 Newton. That is the first stage study. Any doubt, boys and girls? Any doubt? Right. Now, whatever whatever the situation is, my steps are common. What is going to be my very first step? Help me. Step 1, take the entire system as one single block. A plus B plus C. Now you are applying a force of how much? Find the frictional force between A and B when F is equal to 10 newtons. 10 newtons. See, You apply 10 newtons. The limiting value of friction here is how much? 12 newtons. Now tell me what is your comment? What is your comment? Okay, yaar, tell one by one. There are 3 blocks there. Tell me your, post me your comments. What happens to C? Nothing. It won't move. Block C is rest. Yaar, when block C itself is rest and the external force is acting on C only, how will A and B move? And clearly A and B are at rest. When A and B are at rest, friction across A and B, when there is no tendency of motion, where comes friction? Zero. I want confirmation from both the sides. Room number 102 first, followed by Karnataka. I want confirmation, a clear confirmation. No doubts, understood. Right. That is about step 1. Clear? No confirmation at from 102, room number 102. Right. We'll move on to step 2. I think it's a simple zone. Find the maximum value of F for which there is no slipping between A and B or between B and C. Again, so I need to repeat the problem again. See, please try to understand because of, no, again, step 1 comes. This step 1 is for 2. So my approach is still the same, like A plus B plus C, and the force is some F, and there is some opposition. Yeah, unless or until C moves, you cannot comment anything on A and B. Unless or until, one more important point, friction across B and C is 18 newtons. Friction across A and B maximum is 5 newtons. Did you notice that? I repeat, friction across, what do you call, 1 minute, I need to set some message. Right. Okay, fine. What do you want? Find the maximum value of F for which there is no slipping between A and B. First of all, when will slipping starts? What makes slipping to happen? See, when the pseudo force 1 into A, and here it is friction, F1 limiting. So long A less than or equal to F1 limiting by mass. That is only 1 kg actually. So therefore, A less than or equal to 4. Hold on, not yet completed. F minus 12 divided by our total mass put together is 6, less than or equal to 4. F minus 12 less than or equal to 24. 24. F less than or equal to 36 Newton. There is no issues. Got the point? 1 time A, this is what I have done. Okay. What about the second case? What is that you want? Between B and C or between B and C. Now you study, this is the free body diagram of B, A. Now you study B. Now we need to study a situation where you have a pseudo force of B is how much? 2 into some acceleration A. Now the problem is undoubtedly friction across BC is the criteria for the motion of B as well as A. You know that. And that is friction across BC. Remember, when you are exerting action over here, the reaction is over here. So you take this as 4 newtons, or you take this as what you call this one as 18 newtons. So net tendency of motion is 14, the right hand side. So 2 times A less than or equal to 14. 2 times what is A? A is F minus 12 by 6 less than or equal to 14. 7 times F minus 12 by 6 is less than or equal to 7 into 6. But this is totally wrong. I have done totally wrong. This is okay. This is not the way I should do. When, see, B and C, take B across B and C when you are studying, don't apply like this. Why I will explain. Why I will explain. 1 minute. This is a totally wrong method. I should not do like this. Now what I need to do is, now you take A and B together as one system. Later on, we will already have justified for A. Now A and B together as one system you take. So the pseudo force on this system is, what is the mass of this system? 3A. And this is the only force, friction across BC. Remember, 3A less than or equal to the limiting value there, 18 newtons, because 0.6 into 3 into 10, 18. A less than or equal to 6. F minus 12 by mass of the system, 6 less than or equal to 6. F less than or equal to 36 plus 12. How much is this? 48. 48 Newton. So if you apply 48 Newton's force, what will happen is there might be relative motion between B and C. Got the point? Okay, now I want a confirmation from your side. Just please tell me yes or no. Boys, yes or no? Clear? Right. Understood. Sir, at rest static friction is equal to force. Correct. Yes, right. Now, write frictional force at all 3 contact surface when F is equal to 45. One minute. So, F minus 12, right. So, I need to do a different procedure now. I require some space. Any doubt? Any calculation mistake from my side? F limiting by mass. This is 4 by 1. Oh my goodness. అప్పుడు చెప్తావేంటక్క. Here I have written 42. I am seeing something is wrong. I felt maybe answer is wrong because my process is absolutely correct. All right, come on, God. Too late. Here it is 5 newtons. I have written 4, 5, 5, 30, 12, 42 newtons. Wow, correct. Sir, we are changing dialogue again. Now you said 48. Again 42 you said. Arya, read the question carefully. What is your question? Either AB or B and C. What is minimum? 42. Suppose if I make the force 42, yes, there is a relative slipping between A and B. That's all you want. Above 42, A and B slipping. Above 48, B and C slipping. So now very clearly they have given 45 newtons. Now you may look at to me why I have done 48 newtons. Have you understood why I have done 48 newtons? Because the third question I need to answer. Now please tell me half of the question is done. When I take 48 newtons, will there be any relative motion between B and C? When I take 48 newtons, yes, there is relative motion between B and C. If I take F as 45 newtons, but there is relative motion between B. That's all. So therefore, right now, what is our only, where is this question? Right. Now I am proceeding further. I got a very clear clarity now. If the force is more than 42, less than 48, relative motion between A and B is only possible. Now, directly, I am going to what? Step 3. What is the step 3? Bhaiya, this is 5 newtons. And this is how much? 1 kg. Next. You have confirmed me that there is no relative motion between B and C. Then what I will take? B plus C as one single system, and this is 45 newtons. By the way, this is 5 newtons. By the way, this is how much? That is how much? 12 newton. हो गया. The acceleration of 1 kg is, how much? 5 by 1, 5 meter per second square. So acceleration of B plus C system is 45 minus 5 minus 12 divided by, what is the mass of this system? Can you please help me? 2 plus 3, 5. But this is 40 minus 12. What is 40 minus 12? 28. 28. 28 by 5. And this is going to be 5.6. సరే మీకు బుర్ర ఉండదా? మిమ్మల్ని ఏం అడిగారు? మీరు ఏం చెప్తున్నారు? ఒరే నాకు బుర్ర ఉంది, మీరు అడిగిందే నేను చెప్తాను. ముందు యాక్సలరేషన్ కట్టానా? అసలు ఏం కావాలి మీకు? ఫ్రిక్షన్ బిట్వీన్ బి అండ్ సి కావాలి. అది ఎందుకు తొందరపడతా? Now you study the free body diagram of B. అరే ఇది యాక్షన్ రా, 5 న్యూటన్స్. రియాక్షన్ ఎక్కడేగా? బి మీద 5 న్యూటన్స్. ఎవరు దీన్ని పుల్ చేస్తున్నట్టు? ఫ్రిక్షనే అక్రాస్ బీసీ. బట్ అది లిమిటింగ్ కాదు. ఎలా మీకు తెలుసు అంటే జస్ట్ ప్రూవ్డ్ హియర్. If it is 48, there is a relative slipping between B and C. Since it is less than 48, there is no relative slipping. The nature of the friction is static friction. Let that be FBC. But I know one thing. What is that? B is moving with an acceleration of 5.6 meter per second square. And B is of mass 2 kg. So therefore, FBC minus 5 is 2 times 5.6. This is nothing but 11.2 Newton. By the way, FBC is 12.2 plus 5, 16.2 Newton. Remember, less than 18 Newtons. Static friction. This is static friction because static friction is self-adjustable. Yes, correct. Any doubts? You ask me. If you have any doubt, any step, just ask me. Or else I'll proceed further. See, remember, the first problem is very easy problem, simple problem. In fact, the second problem is more complicated, right? No doubts. Thank you. Room number 102 confirmed. Tarnaka, boys and girls, Anika and team. No doubts. No doubts. Thank you. Right. Next. Wow, my favorite person. I told yesterday, but still I'm sorry, I'm unable to discuss good questions today also because time. It took only the total time for setting 5-10 minutes gone, and the rest of the time, right? Okay, tomorrow some more questions. If I fail, I'll discuss to my Tarnaka students. I'll post the video link to you. Right? Yes, example 20. All yours. Work on this. Fast, fast, fast. See, in this particular problem, your ability needs to be good in analyzing the free body diagram of the rope. There is a certain term. The rope is horizontal near the edge of the table. So if you allow me to cut, copy, paste this portion, why should I cut, copy, paste here? Otherwise, lot of confusion arrives. थोड़ा मोटा करता हूँ. నీకు ఎందుకే నా ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు వస్తుంది. Right. At this point, your tension lies like this. Let it be T1. Now, this can be resolvable into components because this is the vertical. See, with the vertical, it makes an angle theta. So this is a T1 cos theta. T2 mg. Agreed, boys and girls? L/2 part of the rope lies on the table, which means the free body diagram of this part is T2 friction mg/2, because you said half is on the table. Normal reaction. Please don't get confused. For this portion, free body diagram drawn there itself. For left hand side portion, free body I have drawn here. Okay, now for this particular portion, T1 cos theta is mg/2. T1 sin theta is friction, and which is equal to mu mg/2. Because T1 sin theta 2 is T2. T2 is nothing but friction. Wow. I have only one option. Since I am a bit lazy to eliminate T1, I have only one option. Let us go for the ratio of this. By going the ratio of this, cot theta becomes 1 by mu. Implies mu becomes 1 by cot theta, or this is tan theta, or this is 3/4, and hence my problem is done. Minimum is this. Why only minimum is this? Suppose if it is lesser than this, what happens? That T2 is not the mu is, if mu is lesser than this, that T2 is so high that the friction is not sufficient to hold that half of the part on the table. Okay, fine. What if it is more than that? I cannot answer anything. Why? Static friction, self-adjustable. I cannot give any picture for this. You are asking me mu minimum. This is the only way for me. Right? Any doubts? Pakka? Yes, boys. Confirmation, please. Want to see confirmation? Karnaka students, no doubts. Girls, thank you. No doubts. 102. Boys. Okay, probably cleared. Right. So next model, I have planned one more model actually. I'll go for that. This is the problem. If you could manage this model, fine. I will stop 3 kg block models. All is yours. Right. Am I recording this first of all? Right. I hear what a worst situation that I am facing here. I need to draw some data first. FAB, FBC, FCG. CG बोले तो C and ground. And these are all limiting cases and these are kinetic cases. AB. अरे यार मास इज 10 kg. क्या होता है मैक्सिमम? ऑल आर 0.3 and 0.2. All static coefficients are 0.3. All kinetic coefficients are 0.2. 0.3 into 10 into 10. क्या होता है? This is become 30. And that will become 20 Newton. Double. 60 Newton, 40 Newton. Double 90 Newton and double like triple to this 60 Newton. Any doubts? That is my very first step. ये आदत है मेरा. Done with the basic data. What is my step one? Treat the entire area. Actually, honestly speaking, in one word, you can answer. Straight away, on the face of the question, you can utter one thing. What could be the maximum force of friction between B and C? Maximum. If by any chance, maximum. Across B and C, maximum possible friction 60. Right. Maximum possible friction between C and ground is 90. Now tell me, will C move by any chance? No. So therefore, I am cheating. I am not following regular process. अरे यार थोड़ा time कम है ना. I should be bit faster now. But still open to you. Am I cheating? अरे यार why should I cheat यार? That is the fact. That is the fact. अरे यार whether you convince or not, my point is very clear. What could be the maximum friction between B and C? C को कौन move कर रहे हैं? It's a friction between B and C. B and C के बीच में maximum होगा तो 60 न्यूटन होगा. अगर B relatively move हो रहा है वो 60 भी नहीं है 40 भी है. In case if B moves over C, it is 40 only. So anything either 60 or 40, but it cannot make C to move over ground, because to make C to move over ground, you require a damn 90 Newton force, where it is not possible. So therefore, in this case, C will not move on floor. That's all. So my problem is, now the floor is C, because C is not moving. Floor is C. Now it is becoming a 2-block problem. It is a 2-block problem. What is a 2-block problem? The force is 25 newtons here, and the force is 100 newtons here. Okay. Now the net tendency. Now the net tendency of this is 75 newtons, for example. Okay, that the net tendency is 75 newtons, for example. Then what is going to be the acceleration of this common system AB? It is nothing but there is a frictional force which is by the way 40 newtons. अरे तेरे तो 100 न्यूटन्स है, लेफ्ट साइड 25 न्यूटन्स है, लेफ्ट साइड 40 न्यूटन्स है, पूरा मिलके 100 minus 65 by 20. अरे यार, this is a rough estimation. It is not a fair way of doing this. Rough estimation. This is a 35 by 20. अरे यार, less than 2 meter per second square, more than 1.5 meter per second square. Right, no issues. Now I will study A in the reference frame of this acceleration. When I study A, this will become 25 Newton, and the pseudo force is also there. Just now we have identified pseudo force. What is the pseudo force? 10 into 25 by 20. 10 into 25, 35 by 20. This will become 35 by 2. More than 17. Already 25 newtons force is there. 25 plus 17 and half. 42. The maximum opposition that you could do is 30. But whereas the tendency of motion tendency force is 40. So yes, there is slipping between A and B. That I have concluded. So it is FL and this sum 25 plus 17.5 is greater than F limiting. So conclusion is A will slide over B. And one more important point. This allowed me to understand that the nature of friction is rightwards on A. That the nature of friction is rightwards. This is a real force actually. Now everything is in my hands. Boys, look here. It is A. What is the relative slipping? 20 Newton. 25 Newton. Because you committed me that. A slips over B. Now, what is the acceleration? In this direction, you will have acceleration, which is nothing but 25 minus 20 by 10. 0.5 meter per second square. Done. First part of the question is done. 0.5. Or 5 by 10. 25 minus 25 correct hai na? Right. 25 minus 20. Right. On B. What is going to be the situation? Five by 10.5. So on B, what is happening? 20 Newton. What is the opposition here? 40 Newton. You said that 40 Newton. 40 Newton. And you are applying how much? 100 Newton. So acceleration of B is 100 minus 40 plus 20, 60 divided by 10. 40 divided by 10. 4 meter per second square. Now, just please, someone please confirm whether my calculation is correct in the place of A. A is experiencing 25 newtons backwards. And I said that there is a relative slipping. Right? So the net force is 5 newtons leftwards. 5 newtons by 10. 0.5 meter per second square. Right? Maybe because I have done everything correct. I got AC correct, AB correct. A point means maybe wrong entry. My son have done all that. Wrong entry was there. Previous notes to present notes. But still, any doubt on this, please confirm. If you have any doubt on this, please confirm. Students from Tarnaka. Students from Tarnaka. Boys said no doubts. Girls, no doubts. Room number 102. Right. So I'll stop here because it's 5. If I stop, I'll face the same situation like what I have tomorrow. Right. Okay. If you wish, I'll continue also. You want, I can continue one person at least. అరే అలా చూడకండ్రా ఫ్రీగా చెప్పండిరా కంటిన్యూ చేయమంటే చేస్తా నువ్వు చెప్పరా ఫస్ట్ వెళ్ళాలి కదా వెళ్ళాలి యూ వాంట్ వన్ ప్రాబ్లం నువ్వురా 1 నువ్వు 1 1 1 1 1 మిగతా వాళ్ళని చూసి మీరు కాంప్రమైజ్ అవుతారు నెక్స్ట్ విల్ గో విత్ వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ an excellent this is an excellent question actually. I think I have done this. This we will do. It's a pathfinder. It's a Olympiad questions. So read the question carefully. A force of 20 newtons, you can see that 20 newtons acts along the line of gravity. Whenever you hear this, iska matlab hai, if this is the inclined plane, this is called the line of greatest slope. This term is called line of greatest slope. So therefore, up the inclined plane, you are applying 20 newtons force. Down the inclined plane, you are applying 8 newtons force. That's what given in the question. So what they are expecting me is to find the force of friction. Suppose if we are making it to move like this, what are the forces acting? Mg sin theta downwards, frictional force downwards. That you will call it as mu mg cos theta. Because it's moving. So therefore, that is mg sin theta plus mu mg cos theta. They have given that as 20 Newton. Written 20. Fine. F2. What is F2? While you are moving it down, while you are moving it down, while you are making it to move down, what are the oppositions? Friction opposes in this direction. And of course, weight component is still downwards, mg sin theta. So F2 becomes F minus mg sin theta. Right. So therefore, 820. So 2F is equal to 28. F is equal to 14 Newton. I haven't do anything. So this is a simple question. But actually, my plan is to discuss a lot of questions. Hurry burry, I cannot teach. This is a very good question, which you can expect. What I will try to do is tomorrow, if possible, I'll try to discuss commonly for both of you. I'll request Sir to provide me some time. Otherwise, what I will do is I'll discuss and I'll post the video for. Okay, that's all for today.